Welcome back to another episode of Beeple Reactions. Believe me, I've missed you guys. You've been asking me, where have you been? Why haven't you been uploading? It's only been a couple days, relax, but I'm here now. And as you know, Beeple is one of the most famous artists in the world right now. He is the artist behind the most expensive NFT to have ever been sold, known as Beeple's Everydays. The link is in the description to Beeple's website. You can go check out his artwork. Of course, I don't get paid to promote the man, but I think it's only right considering I have made a channel about the man. And his artwork is just absolutely mind-blowing. It consists of 5,000 individual images combined to make one supreme image, and this is why it's the most expensive NFT ever sold. But not only that, if you look into each individual image and really study it and really analyze it, you'll find some crazy things going on in these images, some crazy philosophical meanings, crazy spiritual meanings, crazy types of symbolism, and it will really make your mind think, it will really blow your mind, and it opens up the portal for a lot of conversation. So of course on this channel we've taken advantage of these images, and we're talking about them. This is the first channel to do this, and in the future, perhaps 10 years, perhaps 20 years, perhaps 30 years, maybe even 5 years time, when these images really start to blow up and really start to become a part of society and a part of the youth's upbringing, that's when this channel is going to blow up. I'm saying it now, that's when this channel is going to blow up, and you're all going to say, you know who did it first. But anyways, into today's image, I think we've got another Santa Claus one today. We had a Santa Claus one about 3-4 days ago, but we've got another one today. So today's image is titled Naughty List. I'm gonna put it right here. This image, oh my god, this image is called Naughty List. Now, oh my god, so we can see Santa Claus. He appears to be without clothes. He appears to be naked. He is upon a floating reindeer. Like, it's like a floaty, but it's a reindeer. And he's in a pool of blood. This man is in a pool of blood. There is skeletons everywhere, completely decomposed, and it's quite horrific to actually look upon. And Santa's covered in a little bit of blood himself. And damn, this is quite the image. This is definitely on the violent side. It's definitely on the gruesome side, and it's not a standout from Beeple images, because there's so many Beeple images where you see such violent imagery, such graphic imagery. But of course there is no legal action against these images. There were no protests against these images. So you are allowed to post them on the internet. You are allowed to speak about them. I've had images which are more graphic and violent than this image, and my videos have not been taken down. I haven't engaged in any kind of issues. So you are allowed to use these images, but yeah man, as I said, they can get quite real, I guess. So of course we've spoken about what this image is showing, but what is this image really showing? Like, what is the meaning of this image? What is the deeper symbolism? How can we interpret this image for its relevance to the modern society which we live in? Now, I want to start by saying what I said the last time we spoke about Santa Claus, which is that the character of Santa Claus represents the modern man, more specifically the vices of the modern man. He represents being overweight, he represents having a cold heart, he represents eating the whole world in one night, he represents Coca-Cola. Santa Claus, he represents having a corrupt laugh. A man who's done a lot of dodgy things in his life, they always have that corrupt laugh which just kind of gives away their character. He represents a lot of things which aren't necessarily good. And Santa Claus is not a part of the Christian religion. Santa Claus has nothing to do with Christianity, despite what a lot of non-Christians believe is that Santa Claus is a Christian thing, they celebrate him, this and that. They do not. Santa Claus literally has nothing to do with Christianity, and what he represents comes from, I guess, paganism, and it comes from a whole deeper thing. It's more to do with the occult and witchcraft than it is to do with Christianity, but it's been sold as if, it's something to do with Christianity. So this character of Santa Claus represents a lot more than what meets the eyes. If you rearrange the letters in the word Santa, it actually spells Satan. And claws as in a monster's claws, So even his name is quite creepy. Within this image, if you look at his eyes, right now I'm just looking at his eyes, and you can see they look quite demonic. They look soulless. His eyes look empty. They say Santa Claus lives in the North Pole, isolated from everyone in very cold, very icy conditions. I believe that's metaphorical, and it represents the modern man who's very cold-hearted, perhaps because of the stuff he's witnessed, perhaps because of the way the world is, having to work a job, having to make money, having to slave away, having to do application forms, having to keep a very close eye on your freedom in a society where freedom is barely existent. So, Santa Claus represents a lot more than what meets the eye, and within this image, he's naked. This man is naked. And then he's on a floating reindeer, and he's on a pool of blood, and a bunch of dead men, a bunch of dead corpses and decomposing corpses surrounding him. So what does it all mean? Like, what is this image trying to show? What does it all mean? Like, if you look at some of my previous videos, I can look at an image and straight away be able to figure out what is it trying to show, what does it mean, what is it alluding to. And then you've got some images where it takes a bit longer, but I have not encountered an image so far where I feel as if I have not been able to interpret it so far. And I think just all the evil things that Santa Claus represents, he represents, I wouldn't say being overweight is evil, but as in, bad health and, not being fit, which is leading to health problems, leading to pharmaceutical addiction, leading to doctoral dependence on hospitals. As Santa Claus has the infamous laugh, ho, 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 so interpret that how you want. Santa Claus has a bunch of elves working for him, a bunch of people he can easily manipulate, and he believes himself to be bigger than, Santa Claus, he represents a lot more than what meets the eye. And I think what this image is trying to show is the impact that this societal character of Santa Claus has had over the years, because they've been promoting Santa Claus for a long time now. I'd say more than 100 years. For more than 100 years, they've been promoting this Santa Claus character, bigging him up, putting him all over the media, all over the television. There's songs all about him. Kids are told to believe in him. Oh, you need to believe in Santa Claus, and he's going to come during the night. He's going to drop off presents through your chimney. That's another thing they say about Santa Claus, is that when he enters a home, he enters through the chimney. Now, for kids who've come from, I guess good backgrounds, and I guess not good backgrounds, good homes, and they have like a nice house or a big house, for them that's all well and good. It will make them happy to hear, hey, Santa Claus is going to come through my flipping chimney. But to kids who don't have a home, kids who are living in flats or living in cottages or just living in, inadequate conditions where they don't have a chimney and they've never had a chimney within their home, it's usually bigger houses that have a chimney. There's no way Santa Claus can come to your house. There's no way, because you don't have a chimney and he can't fit through your chimney. So there's also, Santa Claus, the character of Santa Claus is also quite inconsiderate towards, I guess, children who don't have chimneys. And chimneys can be associated with smoking and tar. I know I'm not making a lot of sense right now, but what I'm trying to say is this character Santa Claus, he represents a lot more than what meets the eye. there's some very evil things going on behind this character of Santa Claus, aka Satan's Claus. You know, Christmas is probably the busiest time of the year for most stores, for retail stores, for toy stores, you know, for food stores, all types of stores. Everywhere's out of business. People are buying Christmas gifts, people are buying presents, people are buying things just for the sake of it, you know, because it's Black Friday and there's all these sales going on. So there's a lot of, you know, commercial craziness going on whenever you see Santa Claus. The whole business world is just at its peak. You know, there's a lot of sales being made, a lot of transactions happening, a lot of big business, a lot of job opportunities, you know. And yeah, man, the title of this image is Naughty List. So I'm guessing every man who falls for the Santa Claus trap, who ends up like Santa Claus, you know, ends up with a lot of problems. Really, you know what? This image has defeated me. I'm gonna spend some more time. I'm gonna think more about this image and try and figure out kind of what it means. Because I think I've kind of figured it out, but I feel like I've got a lot more to figure out about this image in regards to what it represents and what it's trying to convey, of course. You know, you've got all these dead corpses, you've got Santa upon this reindeer float. I don't know what that reindeer float kind of means. I don't think there's anything too symbolic about it. But yeah, man, that's this image for you guys. I apologize, you know, I wasn't at my best today because I was kind of struggling. As I looked upon this image, I was kind of struggling to, you know, interpret it and kind of figure it out. But there is definitely a lot of my other videos, I've figured it out, I know what it's trying to show. This one I'm gonna have to take more time with it, more time looking at it, and we may address it again in future. But you win some, you lose some. But anyways, guys, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning into another video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and turn on the notifications, and tune in next time.